Howdy guys, this is Cat13. I'm a woman with a deep voice, and we are back with Demon Turf. Last time we completed the majority of the Armageddon, as I've since figured out that's what this area is called. And today we're going to finish the main stages of Armageddon by first going to a sewer factory. No, I wish I was kidding. This is legitimately a thing in this world. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna give you a pre-warning in case you guys missed last episode. This is the other episode that I'm post-commentating, so if my tone seems a little bit different, that's why. So anyway, whoo boy, I can just smell the freaking environment from here. Let me tell you that it smells just as bad as my grandfather after he has chili. Ooh boy, let me tell you. It confuses me why these characters have, like, humanoid bodies. And yeah, it still bothers me. I know I mentioned it last episode, but it still bothers me. Gotta bounce on some mushrooms here, let me tell you. Gotta respect the mushrooms. That thing we just passed there, that's actually a communication device. You can actually talk to Captain Damp, which again, that's kind of what I found out his actual name is. I kind of like Captain Dump better though, just because if you actually talk to him through the record player there, he reveals that he made this factory specifically to make junk. I'm not kidding. He made an entire factory to make crap. Also, first death, first burp. Gotta love it. Gotta love being half awake and recording and not paying attention. Yes, sirree, Bob. Found out that's actually an Australian thing. Like, I was actually, like, I don't know, I was kind of watching something on the Tasmanian Tiger, and I think it was one of the interviewers or whatever. Or maybe it was... No, it was one of the devs that actually said that was just something they say, so that's interesting. Man, honestly, after watching that, I so want to play the first the Tasmanian Tiger. Like, I'm not kidding. It looks like a legitimately fun game. From what I understand, it's actually not that difficult either, so... I don't know, maybe one of these days, maybe I'll incorporate it into the marathon somehow. Though, I'm kind of questioning, it's just like, would it technically count as an indie studio? Or would it be considered a third-party studio? Because what we're doing is an indie marathon, so, you know. If it's third-party, it technically wouldn't count, because then by that logic, it would have to include Sonic the Hedgehog, and just, no, not yet. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that development studio. Though I think they're a third-party developer. Yeah. Yes, I am perfectly capable of speaking the English language. Anywho. But yeah, so, I don't know, maybe after the marathon ends, maybe I'll make that like my first priority is to do the Tasmanian Tiger. Just only because no one really talks about that game. Like, it's one of those games that people kind of know about, but they've never played it. And I do own the HD version on the Nintendo Switch, so... And it kind of fits in with Nintendo, because it originally launched on the GameCube, Xbox, and PlayStation 2, I think? So it really does fit into that era of games I really have grown to love. Like, I've been doing so much research on, like, the GameCube era of 3D platforming, and good lord, so many of those games I want to try out. And I imagine they're not that expensive to buy, I just gotta find them. Or, you know, remember their names. Scalar looked fun. let's see, what's that one? Blink. Blink's the Time Sweeper looked pretty fun, but I have to have an Xbox for that one. To be quite frank, I don't want to fork out money just to buy an Xbox to play one game. Although, from what I understand, backwards compatibility is just something that the Xbox brand does well, which, say what you want about Xbox, I will give them credit for that. That backwards compatibility is always a thing on their systems. That's pretty awesome. Probably because it's, like, made in-house at Xbox, or Microsoft in this case. So, I don't know. It could be cool. Of course, then I could also play Banjo-Tooie and so many other games. Which, you know, I have actually been kind of debating on whether or not to get an Xbox One. Or, like, an Xbox Series X or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's on my mind, that's what I'm saying. I unlocked a door by grabbing a cake. I don't know how that makes sense, but it does, in this case. I don't know, maybe it's one of those things like it was supposed to be a key, but then the dev decided to put a cake there instead, and it just happened to be programmed the exact same way. I don't know. I think that's like the only instance of the game where that actually happens, where you grab a cake and it unlocks a door. It's very strange. Then again, once again, I have not played World 4, so maybe that's the case in World 4. But this door, I'm not really sure what the purpose of this door is. I think it's meant to be kind of a shortcut between areas, but in order to get where you're going this time, you have to kind of board the platforms here or backtrack, which, as you see, I was stupid and did not think to get on that other floating platform there. Instead, past me decided it'd be a great idea to be stupid. Yeah. Hooray for stupidity. I really should have thought that through a little bit better. Yeah, well. Look at these mushrooms. They just look so bouncy. I wonder if, like, a mushroom was big enough, if you actually could bounce on it, if it was elastic enough. I don't know. I don't know why I tried that a second time, expecting it to make sense. But I did. And it was worth showing, because it just shows just how dumb I can be sometimes. I think it was actually at this point that I think I was trying to do live commentary with this video too, but at some point in the video, you'll just notice like a weird cut somewhere. We may have already passed it, I'm not really sure. But it was essentially just me quitting, trying to do live commentary, and then just kind of recording the game as if I was just like playing it normally. Which, if you notice, I tend to do a lot better whenever I'm not talking, because I'm just, like, focusing. So you're getting to see how I actually play the game, instead of just commentating. It was also at this moment that I realized that by smacking into the bastard with my shield or whatever, it'll cause him to spin out, and then I can just hit him in the butt with my magical hand. Take that out of context, if you will. Gwahaha. There's your fuel, people. Also, I don't know who would be stupid enough to land on that crab. Which, honestly, I just noticed that every single enemy that you encounter in the game actually relates directly to the boss. In World 1, it was based on a pig, so all the enemies were pig people. In World 2, the boss is a crab, so the enemies are crab people. How did I not notice that before? That's actually really clever. Really shows just, like, all the individual turfs all have, like, their own kind of society and different kind of people. It's cool. I like it. Although that really does kind of raise the question, like, what the hell are, like, Midgie and Beebs, and that was actually a cool cut. Loose, that's her name. What the hell are they? Like, they seem very... Like, at least Beebs and Luce seem to be very humanoid. I earned an achievement. Hooray. So yeah, where the hell did they come from? I mean, Beebs kind of looks like a bat, almost. Like, she looks like something between a bat and an octopus, I guess? So, I don't know, maybe that's just a thing in Forktown, because that's where they live, so... I don't know, I also haven't gotten into the Demon King's lair. So, I don't know. Now we're getting our second power-up, hooray! The snake wheel. This thing's pretty unwieldy. It has a very, shall we say, interesting control scheme. The way you control that thing is, well, of course, you use the trigger button to transform into that thing and hold it to continue moving. But you control it using the right analog stick, which I find rather peculiar. Also, we're about to see the next death. Congratulations, you're stupid. Yeah, get used to doing that, because it is real easy to screw up the timing with that thing. Although I did kind of figure out in this video, like, ways to kind of slow down. Kind of like in Mario 64, in order to prevent Mario from doing that weird turnaround thing, or sliding or whatever, you can correct yourself by, like, getting out of the wheel form and then jumping, and then turning back into the wheel to reorient yourself. You gotta do it relatively quickly, but it is possible. Also, meet Captain Damp. Isn't he beautiful? Honestly, out of all the bosses in the game, this is the guy I remember the best, just simply because, I don't know, I really like his design. It's so goofy. Like, you can definitely tell this guy is a trash bandit, and he loves every second of it. Just look at him. This is what you call visual storytelling, just by looking at him. Also, Petey Piranha wants his belly button back. But why do you have that on your butt? I mean, it's like you're asking to die. Though it does feel really satisfying spanking him. It's really funny. Now, I will openly admit I did die a few times to this bastard, but that's just kind of normal. Mostly just because I was mostly not paying attention. That seems to be like the majority of deaths to this douchebag. See, for example. Alright, let's get through this battle. Woohoo! Alright. Time to chase him again. Let's do it! Whee! What must it feel like to be that thing? Because this is not the last time she'll transform. The Powerful World 3, you turn to a bird. So, what does that feel like? I mean, to her it probably doesn't feel like anything, but I'm just imagining, like, from a human perspective, you just magically turn into, like, a weird snake wheel. Or if you turn to a bird or a squid or, I don't know, the weird bat thing. Like, is that just, like, painless? Does it feel like a stretch of sorts? I mean, Ben Tennyson and Omniverse kind of described transforming with the Omnitrix as, like, a good stretch. Which, honestly, like, in Omniverse makes sense because there is a bit of a delay on the transformation. Which, again, it could just be, like, for visual flair, but... I mean, they're supposed to happen, like, instantaneously, but I don't know. Ooh, man, that had to hurt. Look at that. The sky changed just for him. He must have some sort of, like, weather manipulation power, because honestly, since the sky got turned red, it went from, like, blue to green to red, which indicates that he has some sort of control over the atmosphere or whatever. So, is he, like... Is he, like, controlling that? And if so, how is he doing that? Maybe it's just, like, from his back, I don't know. I mean, I guess it turned green because he was, like, polluting the atmosphere or whatever. And then it turned red because of the lava or whatever, kind of causing to have this red hue to it, which kind of did. It looks pretty cool. Also, RGB. I love that. Yeah, this part right here is a pain in the butt. I remember during my practice playthrough, I would die so often here because you have to make such quick turns in such quick succession, and I would just continuously die because... yeah, because yawn. Because... I don't know, I'm not good at that split-second timing or whatever. Also, bullshit, death number 27. Yay! At least we died at the third phase. We didn't have to go and deal with that freaking track again. Yeah, gotta admit, out of all these phases, this was probably the most chaotic, which is appropriate. It is phase 3, but... it's very easy to die here, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised he isn't doing, like, his fire attack more often, because usually he lives, but... Well, he is living right now. He leaves, like, fiery residue on the ground, and... Whew, let me tell ya. That is very difficult to dodge. Actually, he's doing it now, but... I must have been in the zone or something, because usually would have fallen into a fire pit by now. Whew! First burp! There we go, got that burp in. Very good. And right as we defeat the boss. Yeah, goodbye, Captain Damp. Go enjoy your nice sauna. Your sauna flames. Yeah, buddy. This place is ours now. Look at that, so happy. You're a beast. Well, I assume so. I mean, I'm a demon, so... Anyway. Surprised we beat that as easily as we did. Ooh, she looks angry.
What the heck is wrong with you? Wait.
What was genuine reaction from Phoebes? It's so cute.
Any idea at all? Boss, it's
Man, fuck that guy.
I told you I'd do it. I thought you were backing me up.
No, I wasn't. I thought you were joking. Or at the very
Girl,
least,
you
I
ought to
imagine
know
you
Beebs by
actually
now.
beat
She
Erwin
backs
Dan
up her
for
threats,
real.
damn it. That's just the power of Beebs.
I can't
She's gonna
really
kill you. She's gonna kick your ass. Here's that chest eyeball once again, having like the giant, excited cat expression.
Okay.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Yeah.
now that you've beaten Damp, we can head back to Forktown again and head to New
It's
Neo
still
City.
there! What the heck? Come on.
And, oh yeah. Or you could check out what's changed in our
I just lost my train of thought.
The captain.
I guess it wasn't very important.
And, don't
Well,
forget,
I guess if I had to lose my
even
train of
has a new
thought,
battery
it should
for
be
you
at the
to
end of the
grab.
video.
Swap between states back at my terminal.
Whew!
I always got your
Feels good to have this taken care of,
You know
y'all.
that, right?
I guess next time on Demon Turf, we will take care of the rest of World 2 with all the bonus stages. Gotta love the stormy atmosphere. I mean, I know some people don't like stormy atmospheres, but I like it. Honestly, it just feels better. Anyway, see y'all in episode 9, I think. Take care, y'all. Bye.
Meow.